Jnanatimirandasya Gyanandana Salakaya Chaksurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishnatastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nityanamane. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Madhava Vandavihari Jaya Radha Madhava Vandavihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giridharadhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Giridharadhari Jasodanandana Rajajanarandana Jasodanandana Rajajanarandana Jamunatira Gunachari Jamunatira Gunachari Jaya Radha Madhava Vandavihari Jaya Radha Madhava Vandavihari Kolti jana dallada Iri dharadari Jasodanandana Rajajanarandana Jananatira Gonachari Jalonatira Gonachari Radha Madhava Vandalihari Radha Madhava Vandalihari Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Nainam Namaskritya Nang Chaivan Rotamam Deving Saraswating Vyasam Tato Jayam Nidirajet Vakha Karoti Vachanam Pangulang Ayate Giring Yat Kita Chamaham Vande Shri Guru Nitarinam Paramananamarvam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Jai Shri Radha Manan Mohan Ki Gaur Nitai Ki Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Sudarshan Chakra Ki Gaur Premanandi Hare. Today is the auspicious day of the ascension to the spiritual world of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Usually I'll be in Mayapur or some. It's the first time I think I'm here for this occasion because I'm taking different therapies while I'm here, but I'm very happy to be here. His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada, was very merciful. He was very merciful that I had first-hand view in the scriptures. It said that Krishna, he really has nothing to do. His main activity is caring for his devotees, and he is helped by the spiritual master. So Bhaktivedanta Swami, he went to the west on the order of his spiritual master, Om Vishnupad, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. And because of his extreme mercy, he was able to touch the heart of so many devotees. There was a devotee in Australia who had some difficulty, and they came and reported to him that he had been, or they sent a letter saying he was thrown out of the temple, although he was a temple's president, because he had developed some bad habit. So Prabhupada, he said we shouldn't throw him out, rather we should reward him. Some devotees should go and fall at his feet 3 times and beg him to come back to Krishna consciousness, come back to following the rules and regulations. Then only if he refuses after 3 times of prostrating and begging him to please come back, then we can, okay, he made his choice. But Prabhupada was literally crying. He was so much concerned about this devotee. Similarly, one Bhakta in about 1967 or so, he was coming to the temple regularly. So Prabhupada asked, where is this devotee? I don't see him now. And they heard that he had committed suicide in the park, hanging himself from a tree. And then Prabhupada, he started crying. He said, where is this Bhakta now? We are hitting our heads against the trees. We hit our head against the rocks. We are looking everywhere. Where is he? Where is he, O Krishna? Please allow him to take birth right away in the family of devotees. Let him continue in his Krishna consciousness. See, normally, if one commits suicide, they're going to become a ghost, and will remain as a ghost for a long time. But Prabhupada prayed that he can immediately take birth as a. So I don't know if any of you are grihastas who had children about that time, 1968, maybe. This doctor was your child. Who knows? But like this, there's so many times Prabhupada, he was really giving himself to try to give Krishna consciousness to the conditioned souls. The souls in the Western world, they grow up in an environment which is tamas and rajas, very little sattva, as compared to the India, where satya guna is still appreciated. Maybe, I don't know how many, I heard 20% of the people are vegetarian, or maybe in the West it's 1%. So, of course here 80% are non-veg. Maybe, I don't know exact up-to-date statistics, but like in Bengal is 3% vegetarian, in some states it's more. And overall, maximum is like 20%. It's so, but at least it's more than the West. Someone, it came out in a newspaper that in 1 year, one German eats 1,000 animals. That in 1 year, billions of animals are slaughtered so that they can eat their sausage and their meat. So, still some of the, very few of the Germans are in the mode of goodness. But some, very few, relatively speaking, India is much better off. So Prabhupada, he wanted to preserve the goodness in India. He said especially in the villages, the people are more Krishna conscious, but so he chose to make centers in the cities where the Western consciousness was more, in order to some break on the thread of the Western consciousness. Like in Bombay, which is the most advanced in terms of Westernization. Prabhupada established his center in Juhu. They have about 14 or 20 lakhs of people come for the Janmashtami. I was seeing on sign, ISKCON temple. See, normally you don't see, like, sometimes in England they have in brown color, ISKCON temple, as a kind of public information. But generally you don't have sign. Here it was a regular, like, so-and-so, this district that this ISKCON temple. So the South Impact is there. The Jayapataka temple has reached many students. I spoke at their prayer function amongst all the young youth and the students, and it was packed with the students. So Prabhupada's idea was to preserve the goodness of India, to give them pure Krishna consciousness. So like this, he was adapting Krishna consciousness in each country, in each place around the world. So here in India, he said, here big temples are needed. They instill faith in the people. Where in the West, there's so many big buildings to build a temple that it's not as important as to have to give people the books, because by reading the books, they change their heart. So Prabhupada, he was spending the last years writing books. He translated the Srimad Bhagavatam. He got up to even to his last week, he was translating the 10th canto of Krishna and the cowherd voice. So he was coming to Nayantara. We got association with him there, where he was translating his books. Sometimes he would walk around and he would observe. He would instruct us what to do. One time he was looking at the light, and in that time of the year, so many bugs came out from the fields, and they started flying around the lights. He's looking, and the devotees are looking at Prabhupada. What's he looking at? Just a bunch of bugs flying around the light. Didn't seem like anything very special. But he's looking and looking. He said, I don't see anyone colliding each other. No radar, no computer, but they're not colliding. But in spite of all our radar, computer, and traffic controllers, sometimes the airplanes, they have mid-air crash. So how the insects are more advanced, how they're not colliding. You look at, watch, you see any collision? Stuff like that. Everything Prabhupada did was something instructive. Someone told me that whenever you see a Prabhupada, you should humble yourself to him, you should praise him, and you should ask for a blessing. So I took that to heart, I don't remember now who was the devotee that told me, but I used to do that. I used to say, Prabhupada, you're all merciful, you're kind, this, that. And Prabhupada, I'm the most fallen. He interrupted me. He said, no, you're not the most anything. I'm very fallen. That is what's fallen. Then one time I said, Prabhupada, I want to serve you life after life. He said, why do you want to make me come back? So I thought, what did I say wrong? Even life after life, even. If you want me to come, even life after life, but okay, then you have to be very careful what you said. You can't just like a robot with Srila Prabhupada. He was very careful. He would listen to every word and catch it. So, like that. So every day I would go to, he would say 1.5, 2 months in Nayatma. So you get 2 months of yearly association with Srila Prabhupada. Then you come again for 2 weeks during the Gaur Purnima temple. He came between Gaur Purnima and Vrindavan to here to Hyderabad. And then he was approached by some of the wealthy people that they'll give the land, they want him to build the temple. He said, I'll build the temple, but you have to continue. I have already priorities to build temple in other places. I will build one in Hyderabad, but I need your help. So they agreed to help. Of course, how much they helped, I don't know. At that time, devotees collected from Dubai, from Chennai, from all over the place for this temple. And Prabhupada said, well, that's all right. In the future, this temple will help them in their temple. But that also, I don't think that helps them. Any case, 2 weeks at Purna at that time, he wasn't so much focused on us. He was looking at all the devotees around the world. But sometimes he would use us as examples, and he would, like he was walking, at one time we had this circular toilet. Inside was for ladies, outside was for men. We broke that down and we built the Samadhi. It's in the Samadhi gardens now, so that's no longer visible. At that time, Prabhupada knocked open the door with his cane. He saw the person hadn't cleaned after himself. There was a night soil there. So what is this? He turned to all his devotees. You call yourself Brahmanas? You think you're Brahmanas? A Brahmana cannot tolerate dirt. This is dirt here. Why you're not, it's not cleaned up? Now, of course, these are all like Jidachis, Sannyasis. Who was it, the devotee, the bhakta, the whoever, who didn't clean up? They don't know what. Prabhupada was just teaching that we should all take ownership of cleanliness. So one devotee just drove up from UK leading a GDC, and he was seeing Prabhupada giving everyone the we call it the sauce, so giving the chastisement. So then he started smiling, ha 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 ha. It's like he was enjoying. And Prabhupada told him, you call yourself a Brahmana? I don't know why this dirtiness is still here in your presence. sure. So when Prabhupada was giving the instructions to someone, everyone had to take it that he was instructing everyone. You couldn't, like, oh, this person's getting chastised. I'm a great devotee, I'm not being chastised. No. The chastisement was for instructing everyone. He wanted a clean temple. And in our temples around the world, as, all over India, I think this much we have got a reputation that our temples are clean. Some, of course, we have respect for the other temples because they've been around for hundreds of years. We've been around 20, 30, 40 years. I was calculating today, it's 2009, 1977, Prabhupada left us 87, 97, 100, 32 years. 32 years. So, 32 years, it seems like a long time since Prabhupada left. Some of you were not born when Prabhupada was present. When Prabhupada was speaking on the occasion of the disappearance of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur in Mayapur. And he said how the secret to our advancement in our spiritual life is to take the mercy of the previous acharyas, to get their mercy. So he said, Jagannath Das Babaji located the birthplace of Lord Chaitanya. Bhaktivinoda Thakur went door to door begging to build the first temple like this. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he built the birthplace temple and various temples around Mayapur and Navadvip. So he said, like that, I'm also trying to do something to glorify Mayapur Dham. And I'm very grateful for all those devotees who are helping me in this service. And he started to cry. And you can imagine how it was so moving for us. But he got hold of himself and then he said, this is the secret. The previous acharyas wanted this thing, so they wanted that Mayapur should be glorified, so we're trying to do. Like that on other occasions, Prabhupada talked about book distribution, how he wanted the books to be distributed because of previous acharyas, this was their desire. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he called the books as the Brihat Mrijanga, the bigger Mrijanga. He said the sound of the kartals and Mrijanga can be heard 100 meters or 200 meters, maybe a mile. But these books, they can go all over the world. In fact, like some devotees bought books at the Moscow book fair, took to Vladivostok, which is at the Pacific Ocean in the west. And there, they started to read Prabhupada's books and practice, chanting 16 rounds a day and following the principles. And they never met a devotee. So they were located, like one of them was visiting Moscow or some other city and saw a devotee selling the books. So he said, see, we thought the books were following, but we never heard a devotee say the mantra. So I want to repeat the mantra. Is it correct? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Yes, that's correct. Oh, thank you very much. That's what I wanted to know. So he got the name and address, and later, I think it was Prabhupada Swami went there and found a whole group of people who were chanting, all from getting one of Srila Prabhupada's books. So his books are so powerful that they could change the life and the hearts of people far, far away. Now, where is Moscow and east of Russia and where is Vladivostok? It's like 8 time zones away. It takes about 12 hours to fly. Russia is a very big country in terms of not so many people in the middle in Siberia, but it's a very big country going from the Baltic Ocean to the Pacific Ocean. So all over that country in Russian language, the books had reached. So our previous acharyas called this Brihat Mridanga. So Prabhupada was also telling that when he was walking in Radhakunda with his spiritual master and his son, the spiritual master said that sometimes just if you can print books, sometimes I'm thinking take out the marble from the temples and print books. If you can print books, I'll be very happy. So here in Hyderabad we have also the Telugu division of the BVT. They publish books in Telugu language. I don't know how far they got, but all the books are a little. Chaitanya Charitamrita is left. Bhagavatam finished. Almost finished. Haribol! When Prabhupada would get these books, he would be so happy. He said, this is pleasing to my previous, to my guru, and then he would sometimes he would cry and say, thank you so much for translating and publishing these books. He was so moved by the books. He said, this extends my life. And he wanted us to make a road to the Ganges. If I can bathe every day in the Ganga, then I'll also live longer. But that time the Ganges was very far. Now the Ganges is moved very close. So we were not able to get all the land between our land and the Ganga. Now Ganga is moved close. We own much land by the side of the Ganges. So, although Prabhupada, he didn't know how to swim, but he liked to bathe every day in the Ganga. So one time he was walking alongside the Ganges, and he said, let's take a dip. And he said, the secretary said we didn't bring any of the bathing stuff. He looked around, said, there's no women here, don't mind. We can go in our coatings. This is done in Allahabad and Hyderabad. But anyway, they used his outer cloth, and he went into the Ganga with all the leaders who were present. So, and some devotees started to splash Prabhupada. He looked very grave at that devotee. So then got the message of don't be too familiar with the Guru. But he took his dip, and so he closed his mouth, his nose, his eyes, and his ears. Like this. And he went down 3 times, and he told a story that there's a saying, don't drink water underwater on a fast day. What does that mean? Don't drink water underwater on a fast day. There's certain days that we do nirjala fasting. Somebody takes a dip under the water. They can drink water, no one can see. They come out. They look like very austere, but actually they cheated. But Krishna, He's in our heart, He sees. Who are we cheating? We're cheating ourselves. So because everything we did, Prabhupada was teaching something alongside. So don't drink water underwater on a fast day. Don't think you can cheat Krishna on a fast day. Whatever you observe, you have to be ultimate Krishna. Because He knows everything. You may fool the others, but you won't fool Krishna. So like this. Sometimes he was walking in the Nile, and one farmer came with basket on his head. He said, what you got in the basket? He said, oh, I got some vegetables. So, yeah, go down, how much price? No, I want this one. No, I'll give you this. I'll sit in the market the whole day, waste your time. I'll buy everything from you, the whole basket. You're free today. But you give me this price. So it was like a little reduced price, not too much reduced, a little reduced. So he thought about, okay, deal. So the Prabhupada sent back, take him to the kitchen, buy these vegetables, and pay him his money. So he was showing us how to save money by buying wholesale, direct from the producers. But sometimes he'd say, okay, you take the part of the atheist, opposing person, you ask me some question. Maybe this was his way of getting people to express their own doubts, I don't know. Or maybe, but somehow they would ask him the different questions and he would answer. He'd smash the atheist argument. So, this is how he would spend the morning. He told me that time I was very skinny, and he'd say, you lead the way, because he'd walk on these little aisles between the paddy fields. And so he had me lead the way, which was a good way. Because I know all the little pathways at that time. So it's interesting that in Mayapur, he originally wanted the temple to be built on this original land. That was his plan. Then, as we got more land, he said, okay, we'll build it in the back. But there's some legal problems came with building in the back. So then now we're building on the original land where Prabhupada had originally wanted the temple. And they got all the permissions and everything. Somehow it was quite a miracle actually, because usually the left front government has not cooperated, but somehow they all gave the permission. And the secretaries who signed off said the ministers know, you just don't make it too big a splash in newspaper, then they'll be embarrassed and then they have to do something against you. But they all know, they don't mind, but officially we're signing the secretaries. So now when you go to Mayapur, you'll see that in the central park it's a construction. So Prabhupada wanted the temple of the Vedic planetarium. He said that by making a Vedic planetarium, we'll keep it charitable. Also, he wanted to impress on our young scientists that the Vedas are scientific. The Vedas are very scientific. I was a science student, and when I read the Srimad Bhagavatam on Kathil Muni's Shankar Yoga, I was so impressed that this is what information they're giving, what Prabhupada has revealed, like how the embryo develops week by week, month by month. This was only known maybe in the last 200 years. But this 5,000 years ago, the Vedas were written. Before that, this knowledge was known. So there's so many things like that. All the information that we can verify, which is accurate, which wasn't known. We thought it wasn't known hundreds of years, it wasn't known by the scientists only 100, 200 years ago. You can verify, it's accurate. What to speak of the information that we don't know about? So, Prabhupada, he was giving that science to the people around the world. The science of the Vedas. So he wants it in the temple, a Vedic planetarium, to show how the cosmos is explained in the Vedas. So part of it will be the modern kind of solar system view, and part will be the more esoteric, Devi down, Mahesh down, Hari down, and Golok down, as mentioned in the Bhakti, what is it called? The Brahma Samhita. So, like this, Prabhupada left his books, he left these temples after him. Since this, like this is one of the temples that Prabhupada in his lifetime was built, and this is a temple that he put in his in the land of Vrindavan trust, as especially these deities he's concerned about. So this is a legacy we should keep alive, legacy that Prabhupada gave us. And I'm very glad now that there's so many young people, so many students are taking part in the programs here. This is a very good development. Prabhupada, we the disciples, the initiated disciples of Prabhupada. In one sense, all of you are disciples, but you may not be his initiated disciples, you're Shiksha disciples or followers. We are like what they call endangered species. One day we'll all be extinct, and the whole Hare Krishna, the whole responsibility will fall on your shoulders. So we hope that you all take it up very seriously. You read Prabhupada's books, you understand Prabhupada's teachings, you understand his mission, and take it up seriously. Some of you may take it up like he was a grihastha until he was 56. They took Vanaprastha. And then when he was 59, he took sannyas. So some may be grihasthas and they take sannyas at the end of life, or some may stay as grihasthas their whole life. But to take up Krishna consciousness and take it up, to spread it seriously amongst your college classmates, your work colleagues, or amongst the society in general. This is very important, and this is what Prabhupada was hoping for. So now, at his time, there weren't so many Indian followers, and he was wondering where are the Indian followers? See, or after his departure, in the last days, new Indians started coming. But after his departure, now we have very few here in India, foreign devotees, mostly Indians. We have here we have Chile, we have Guru, Dinanath Guru Das. Guru Das, his wife is, I know she's here. She's from Russia. We got from Croatia, we got Teji Rangadathu, and his husband's from Serbia, Ideshwar. So, but in India, we don't have so many foreign devotees. Prabhupada asked me, "Do you like India?" I said, "Yes, I like it." In fact, I asked Prabhupada, that is it wrong? He said, you should do whatever the Guru asks, but actually I like what service you gave me, developed life where I lived in India. So I thought that as a servant, we should, grin and root, do whatever we're asked to, but he asked me to do things I like to do. He said, if you like to do what the Guru asks, doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. You're lucky. Whether you like to do what he asks you or you don't like, you should do it. It's not that he asks you to do something you like it, you should artificially give it up. No, I'll do what I don't like. That's nonsense. We should do what the Guru wants. So he asked me to stay in India. So I became an Indian citizen and I have Indian passport. But he also told me to travel around the world. So I travel as a representative of India. I have to show my visa paper when I go to Canada, USA. It's a bit tough because every country requires a visa for India. In the beginning, we didn't need a visa for the Commonwealth countries, but since Khalistan, India required every country to get a visa, so they gladly made Indians have a visa. So UK to all the Commonwealth. The only countries I don't need a visa for is Hong Kong and Nepal, I think, and Ecuador now. They don't require a visa for any country. But many of our devotees from India, they have gone to America and to the West, and there they have become devotees. So there's a little international exchange going on. So we hope that all of you take this up seriously, whether you're here, whether you're in the West, wherever you are, take up Prabhupada's mission seriously. Srila Prabhupada ki, Prabhupada ki, Prabhupada ki.
His Holiness Jayapataka Maharaj ki. His Holiness Jayapataka Maharaj ki.
Oh Lord ki. I don't know if I'll be able to attend all the, there's a whole string of programs. I'll be check and arting and everything. I'm not sure I'll be able to attend because I committed to this therapist that I'll be attending the therapy, but I'll attend to the evening arting and I'll try to give class. So today's auspicious day. Prabhupada went back to the spiritual world. Any questions from the internet? Anyone is seeking blessings from the internet?
Any audience seeking blessings?
Krishna Matya Astu. Thank you those who are watching on internet. You're outnumbered today like the devotees here. Sometimes you get 300 on internet. I think they didn't announce it, so these are just those who they check anything today. Hare Krishna. Any question?
Maharaj, we are very much happy to receive you here and have a class also after so many days. I'm very happy to hear on the particular day of Prabhupada's disappearance day also you are available for us. It is your mercy for us. And we are very happy to have your class and be this much time of your valuable time sparing for us. Thank you very much. And also a small question as you asked. The devotees who are striving for propagation so much, sparing their lifetime fully through ISKCON movement, whole world. And the book distribution should be increased more and more. And all the books should be translated from English and Bengali to various languages so that the remote areas people also could receive the propagation. That is the motto of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. To every village should chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, so that the translations should be concentrated more and more, and those books should be distributed. But the authenticity should be maintained. That should be taken care of. Authenticity. That is what Prabhupada ji expressed in his books.
Yeah, what's your question?
So this authenticity is very much needed because Prabhupada ji strived his propagation based on scriptures.
So you'll check the Chinese books whether they're authentic or not?
Yes, Prabhupada.
You know Chinese? You know?
Maharaj, please.
Do you know the Chinese language?
I couldn't understand.
Do you know Chinese language?
No, Maharaj.
Mongolian?
No.
No. Korean?
Only Indian languages, some of Indian languages.
No. The DDT is fully dedicated for publishing Prabhupada's books in all the languages. And they have various trustees who are responsible for Europeans or USA, for South America. Then there was the concern, what about the languages that nobody cares about? Well, there's no telling, like Cambodian and Vietnamese. So there now there's since a number of years there's a trustee, Satyanarayan Das. He takes all the other languages that nobody cares, and he's publishing books. I mean, like in Arabic and Persian and Cambodian, Vietnamese, and Korean, and so on. So they're dedicated, and they have it tricked by some devotee to see that it's authentic. The translation may be done by a devotee or may be done by a professional, but in any case it's always checked by someone who knows the language. If you want to know the original, then Prabhupada wrote in English, you can read his English books. But apart from that, he wanted his books published, so they have a graph, like in Northern Europe, Finnish, Serbian, all these languages. So how many books they've done, how many are yet to be done. They have a big graph in Sweden, which is the headquarters of this North European DDT. Northern DDT, Northern. There's two European trustees, Maharaj over Southern Europe, and Rama Mahurta Das, he's over Northern Europe. And then Srila Das is over the Americas, and like that they have Gopal Krishna Maharaj is a trustee for India. I used to be a trustee, but I'm not a trustee now. I'm a trustee of the Indian Trust, not of the international. And Jayapataka Maharaj, he's a trustee. He's responsible for editing and authenticity. Like that. And then there's somebody from Australia, and then what's his name? Satyanarayan Das. So like 6 trustees, 6 or 7, I forget. So they meet with Badrinarayan Prabhu and other GDCs to discuss the GDC issues together with them, because the main market is ISKCON, and beneficiary is ISKCON. They publish books and they help ISKCON to build temples. This is their mandate from Prabhupada. So they're trying to publish the books in all the languages of the world, in Swahili and the African languages and all languages. Hare Krishna. So thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.